Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or late at night. Hey, how you doing? This is for worship on January 9th. This would be our observance of the Epiphany. Epiphany meaning revealing. It's when the Magi bring gifts, they bring gifts to the Christ child. And that means for you and I that is the gift of God to the Gentiles. For years, for centuries, this was the large celebration. But really, it is St. Francis of Assisi who changed that and made the Nativity more of a big holiday. So here we are coming to you on this Epiphany observance. Coming to you again from the scary Minneapolis basement. The next time you see this, hopefully there'll be some changes. I've got a few that I just haven't had the energy, or really there really is something about the COVID fog in the brain and just not thinking clearly. I got it at 52.1 degrees, 52.2. No, that's falling. 56.8. Huh. Yeah, sorry about that. 56.8 here in the basement. I just read where someone is a Star Tribune journalist put on there that she is working on her article wearing a parka and snow pants, and yeah, that sounds about right. Here we are. Today was the first day that I had coffee outside for Fridays at 8 a.m. over at Minnehaha Falls. You're more than welcome. A friend of mine, or just somebody I know on Twitter up in Edmonton, does coffee outside every Friday at 8 with a group of friends, and I thought, if somebody from Edmonton can do that, we can do that here in the Twin Cities. So started it, and it was a good start. It was cold. Oh gosh, it was cold, but hey, that's all right. What else did I want to tell you about before we have the worship service? Coffee hour, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, Zoom. The link is in your email. If you haven't signed up for the email, please do so. If you haven't liked us on Facebook, please do so, because it'll be on the Facebook post too. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so, because it'll also be in the comment section. I want to say that. I want to say also thank you as we begin the new year for the wonderful generosity that for those of you who gave to Judson Church. If you haven't yet and would like to start giving to the church, please just go to the webpage and you can see how to make an online gift. Thank you very much for that. What else do I want to say? Just the one thing, just a quick story to share. Wednesday, I think it was, I was sitting there and listening to the NPR and noticed that Kathy Werzer talked about the traffic report and how some cars were stalled and there was a lot of backup. And I thought, why doesn't she also include, what's it like for biking today? Or what's it like if you're waiting at the bus stop? So this was inspired by a book I've been reading by Katharine Hayhoe. She's a climate scientist, and the book called Saving Us. And she's a Christian and tries to talk about, you can't come at this issue all the time from a shaming point of view. You have to give people a viable alternative, and then you can kind of nudge and move people in a new direction. So, inspired by that, I simply I just tweeted to Kathy Werzer, hey, if I recruit a group of bicyclists that will provide real-time conditions for bicycling, or what the sidewalks are like, or what's it like at the bus stops, would you include that also in the traffic report? Kathy Werzer said yes. And like 300 people responded. And I got all kinds of responses from people personally saying they would help out. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. So look, giving people a viable alternative, just a nudge, just something. I ask you to think about that. What is it that you could do this week that may be in that realm, to ask someone to move them a little bit on an issue or something that's really important to your life? So think about that. This is Epiphany. We want to thank the folks at the Ministry Lab, which is an outreach of United Theological Seminary of the Twin Cities. They're providing us our Epiphany service. It's really cool. I really like it. So just kind of sit back, enjoy, and as they're going to tell you in the video, make sure you got some room and enjoy this Epiphany service. Happy Epiphany! And just if you want to know, Lori and I are doing great. Um, recovering today was the first day I ground some coffee beans, and I was like, whoa, I can smell the coffee. Not 100%, but I could smell it a little bit. So that feels good. There's still a lot of slowness in the morning. We're getting back, but just want to say again, thanks to all your prayers and your texts and your offers to get us meals and groceries or do anything we needed. It was overwhelming, and it made a difficult situation that much easier. So thank you on behalf of Lori and myself. Just thanks. Hope you have a good day. Stay safe. Get your vaccine. Get boosted. Encourage some others to do it. And happy Epiphany.
Welcome to worship, people of God. The Ministry Lab is delighted to share this time of worship with all the folks of Minnesota. This service was created in collaboration with our friend and yoga liturgist, Michelle Gribble, and is accompanied with beautiful music from Billy McLaughlin. We invite you to prepare your space to help this feel like a special time. Let this feel like a time apart by creating extra room. Moving some furniture around may be helpful, or settling into a more spacious area of your home. You're going to want that extra room in a little bit. We also invite you to get a bowl, maybe something special to you, something with history, something that is especially pretty or enjoyed by your family, and fill that bowl partway full with water. You'll be invited to play with that water later on in the service, so let it be accessible to everybody who may want to do that. Other than that, you need only yourself, your body, your breath, and a desire to be present with your siblings in faith and the divine as we share together this worship in the season after the Epiphany. Welcome to worship, people of God. Icicles. The year turns. Death and life hang fixed on every eve, simple, elegant, sleek. Sunlight glints glittered warnings off daggers which, overlooked or held too long, will bite and burn. We gather to let go. We let go to be healed. We are healed by grace, so that we might hold on to God, self, others, and world with renewed joy. We let go to be held.
Please join your hearts and minds with ours as we present the call to worship. God says, wake up, get out of bed.
The new day is here.
The whole world may be wrapped up in gloom,
but see, the dawn of divine mystery is rising on you.
Open your ears and hear the good news.
Open your eyes and watch my next move.
I'm bringing you back.
I'm calling you home.
I'm gathering you in.
From the ends of the earth, I say, come.
All of you from the North Country,
from Mississippi watersheds and vast rolling plains,
from southwestern farmlands and eastern ridges,
from the Great Lakes and Iron Range,
I'm bringing you back in one huge crowd.
From the least to the greatest.
Come back, come back.
Look up, look around.
Return with the dawn.
And let your tears be for joy.
Return now to fresh flowing streams.
Let your souls be irrigated with the water of life.
like a well-watered garden.
brimming with blooms.
Young ones, go ahead and dance with delight.
Elders and youth join in.
Here in this gathering, exchange tears for laughter.
Here, let me scoop you together and immerse you in comfort.
Here, as each and every one becomes family, I will invade your grief.
In this household, I will empty out sorrow and fill you with joy.
I invite you to come into a comfortable shape, either sitting upright or perhaps lying flat on your back. And once you find the right shape for you, begin to tense your whole body as tightly as possible. Really clench your fists, flex through your feet and your toes, scrunch up your face, squeeze, tense. Hold here for a moment, noticing what it feels like to be this tense, this frozen. And when you're ready, release. Let go. Soften completely. As you exhale, feel gravity work on your whole body. As you inhale, feel the Spirit infuse you and swirl through you. With every exhale, release all tension, all tightness. With every inhale, fill up fully and completely. Now, once again, tense your whole body, but this time only half as much as before. Tense. Hold, squeeze, feel what it is like to hold this level of tension. When you're ready, let go, release, soften completely. As you breathe, let go of tension not only in your physical body, but in your mental body, your thoughts, your emotional body, indeed, even your spiritual body. Allow the waves of breath to ebb and flow. Once again, tense your whole body. Again, only half as much as the last time. Tense, squeeze, hold. Feel how it is to have this level of tension in your body. Feel the bracing, squeezing, holding. You might recognize that frequently throughout the day, you probably are as tense as you are right now without knowing it. When you're ready, exhale, release. Let go, soften completely. Feel gravity work on you as you exhale. Feel your body opening to the flow of Spirit as you inhale. Again, tense your body. And again, only half as much as the time before. This time, scan your body. Feel the subtle ways in which tension pervades it. Hold. Feel it. And then, release. Let go. Soften. Soften into the flow of your breath. Feel your vitality. Feel a deep, pervasive warmth within you now. and allow your body and your mind and spirit to find their perfect harmony.
Droplets to rivulets. It begins just a drip, then a drop, then frozen spears runnel off the source of life. Single droplets, small selves, siloed egos, eventually mingle, flowing in baptismal streams which remind us we are beloved. The little me is let go, washed away, and now I am born into family. Embraced, I race, I roll, I run within the river where I am found, where I am whole, where I am one.
Please join us in the promise of belonging.
God says, you have nothing to fear.
I am enough. I have filled you with love.
I am full with all that I need. I know who you really are.
I am loved and I belong. When the waters seem too deep,
The Holy One is with me. When the river is rough,
I am part of the flow. When the whole world is on fire,
I am a waterfall. For I am your God and I love you.
I am fearless. I am with you.
I am overflowing with love.
I invite you now to use your body to express praise. Your embodiment of the song In the Water may move you to simply slide your fingers or your hands across the top of a table, like a stream. You may feel inspired to swirl your hands through a beautiful bowl of water. You might stay seated, swaying side to side, or stand and float around the space that you're in. Or perhaps you bring your whole body gently to the ground and play with moving like water across the earth. If it would feel comfortable for you, I invite you now to soften your gaze or gently close your eyes as we express praise to the divine through music and movement.
The entire book of Psalms begin with these words from the songwriter. Happy people don't follow the advice of the wicked. They don't walk the road of division. They don't sit around judging and mocking and being cynical. Their happiness comes from living in God's way. They're intentional about following God's will all the time.
That's why they're like trees planted by streams of water, which yield fruit in season, and their leaves do not wither. Everything they do creates more beauty in the world.
Wicked people aren't like that. They're like chaff that the wind drives away. They stand up to divine judgment or a big constructive criticism. Eventually, the way they exist in the world is going to die out.
But God watches over those who try to live in healthy relationships with all creation. Holy wisdom, holy wars.
A reading from the Gospel of Luke, the 3rd chapter. People were filled with expectation. Everyone was wondering about whether John might be the Messiah. John answered them by saying, I baptize you with water, but one who is more powerful than I is coming. I am not worthy to untie their sandal straps. This one will baptize you with the Holy Spirit and fire. With winnowing fork in hand, this one is ready to clear the threshing floor and gather the wheat into the granary. but the chaff will be burned with unquenchable fire. Now, when all the people were baptized, and when Jesus also had been baptized and was praying, the sky opened, and the Holy Spirit descended upon Jesus in bodily form like a dove. And a voice came from heaven declaring, "You are my child, the beloved. With you I am well pleased." Holy wisdom, holy word.
Rather than share a sermon or homily that talks about our belonging and belovedness, today we share a practice with the intent of directly experiencing, feeling the physical sensation of belonging and belovedness. We invite you to join the movement as you are able, spiritually and physically. Know that full participation simply requires settling into an intention of being present with the holy and being open to experiencing the divine presence within you and around you. So I invite you now to feel your feet on the floor, to feel your spine lengthen up toward the sky. Gently lower your chin toward your heart. Feel the belongingness between your chin and your heart. And then slowly and gently let your right ear float over toward your right shoulder, and that opening through the left side of your neck, symbolic of opening to your belovedness. Again, slowly and gently bring your chin toward your heart, belonging, and then float your left ear over toward your left shoulder, opening the right side of your neck to your belovedness. On your next inhale, ground down through your feet and grow up through your arms. Bring your arms to the tops of your shoulders and let your elbows hang down. On your next inhale, bring your elbows toward one another. And notice the physical sensation of belonging in this shape. On your next inhale, lift your elbows toward the sky, and as you exhale, slowly draw your elbows back. Feel, as your heart opens, the truth of your belovedness. On your next exhale, lower your elbows once again toward the earth. And now with more fluidity, as you inhale, elbows come together into a symbol of belonging. Continue your inhale, your elbows reach up. As you exhale, your elbows move back, opening to the truth of belovedness. You continue your exhale as your elbows come down. And then we'll reconnect our hands gently to the tops of our legs. And on your next inhale, gently lift your gaze toward the sky, lean forward slightly, and bring your hands back toward your hip creases. Your elbows will begin to hug toward one another. In this heart-opening shape, where do you feel a sense of belovedness? Breathe. And on your next exhale, slowly lower your chin toward your heart, round your spine like a cat, and bring your palms toward your knees. Breathe. Where do you feel a physical sense of belonging in this shape? And then flowing with your breath, Inhale, open, gaze lifts, elbows slide back. And as you exhale, chin comes toward your heart and you round your spine. On your next inhale, slowly sweep your arms up and overhead. Imagine that inner smile spreading a mile beyond your fingertips. On your next exhale, hug one knee in toward your heart. Ground down through the foot that is still on the floor and grow up through the top of your head. Reconnect to your breath here and notice in this shape where you feel a sense of belonging. Gently bring your lifted foot down to the earth. On your next inhale, draw your opposite knee in toward your heart. For you, that may be interlacing your fingers around your knee and simply lifting your opposite foot a couple inches off the floor. For others, you might really squeeze your knee in toward your heart and wrap your arms around your shin. For our final shape, slide forward in your seat, playfully heel-toe your feet wider than your shoulders, and then float on back. Bring your knees to touch and gently place your hands on your belly. Soften your eyes or close them completely. As you inhale, feel your belly gently lift. And as you exhale, feel your belly lower. And now, with great love, make your way to an upright shape.
Pools. Baptismal pools, life-giving waters, pour out love, sustenance, inspiration, joy. Grief and woe are quenched, dreams and hopes take root. Growth becomes a shared labor of delight, till the shoreline is bathed in blooms.
Please stand, if you are able, as we offer an embodied prayer to the Holy One. Whether seated or standing, I invite you to use your body to create a shape symbolic of a container. It could be as simple as one hand, or maybe you use both hands in any variety of shapes. Perhaps you create a container with both arms. Now, this container is a sacred space for the prayers of the whole beloved community to be both received into and offered from. For those standing, I invite you to continue holding your container as you walk with care in a large circle, as if you were walking around a pond or a lake. Those seated are also invited to hold their container while circling their torsos. And in creating a circle or shoreline during our time of prayer, you embody the gathering and unity of our whole human family.
We lift before God our hopes, dreams, joys, and concerns, as we prepare our hearts, minds, and hands to embrace the work these prayers inspire. Gracious and living one, you gather us from the north, the south, the east, and the west, making of us your own body here on earth. Through us, let your beloved community become ever more real, so that your love for all might flow freely and fully from this family and through each individual here. Behold before you all those who have been torn from community, those fleeing war, terror, genocide, violence, climate crises, and other traumas. May they fly to safety in the shadow of your wings. May they discover cool waters to restore them in body, mind, and spirit. We hold before you all who live in fear, depression, anxiety, and grief, all who live with violence, who are victimized by traffickers, who endure systems of oppression, or who struggle to find meaning in work or life. Let us become your fountain of life. Let your light of hope shine through your people here, that amongst us and through us, your abundant love might bring peace and joy. We hold before you all whose tables are bare. May food and safe water flow from us and through us in abundance to care for those in immediate need. May our lives flow along the river of your delight as we embrace more sustainable ways of living, enabling creation to thrive and resources to be distributed with greater equity. We hold before you those we know who are in special need, those who grieve, those who are ill, those who care for the ill, those who are lonely, those who have lost hope, those living in apathy. Remind us of your care for us. Encourage us to care for one another. We hold before you your good creation. Stir within us a deep awareness of our interconnectedness with all that is, seen and unseen. Enliven our souls and spark our wills. Let us become fluid and malleable, willing to change our impact on all that you hold so dear. Open our hearts and minds. Turn our wills to intentional engagement. Inspire us to encourage others, and let each step toward creation justice be a celebration of your joy. With gratitude for your constant presence with us, we offer these concerns to your care. Empower us, your followers, your agents, your body here, to live into these dreams for your whole world, for our neighbors near and far, and for those we hold dear. In the power of the Spirit we pray. Amen. Watersheds. A pool connects rivulets. underground waterways, aquifers from ancient days, microscopic droplets sifted by soil, vapor permeating all, the atmosphere, the air we breathe. This water here has been here always. From its first created good moment, water remembers history. Our water from the womb born, life's history. Water draws us together, ligaments and families, connecting us, filling bodies and souls, filling earth, pouring into fickle vessels all that is needed, washing away what is not, blessing the watershed with life.
And now we will embody the sealing of our worship service by practicing Ujjayi breath. This breath technique, which is sometimes called ocean breath, it's both calming and energizing. As I describe it and demonstrate it, I invite you to play along, to practice it with me. And then continue to hold gentle awareness on the sounds and the sensations of your Ujjayi breath as a spoken blessing flows through you and our final piece of music prepares you to flow out into the world. We'll begin by softening or gently closing our eyes and becoming aware of the natural ebb and flow of our breathing. Beautiful. Now, for the next few cycles of breath, I invite you to exhale audibly, that means with sound, out of your mouth, and inhale deeply through your nose. You want your breath to sound like ocean waves, gently rolling up on shore and gently receding back. So exhaling out of your mouth and inhaling through your nose. Now, something that might help, or it might just be fun, is to hold up one hand and as you exhale, pretend like you're fogging up a mirror. So you inhale deeply through your nose, and then with sound, exhale warm air out, pretending to fog that mirror. Do that a couple times if you haven't yet. Nice. Now, keep your jaw soft and gently close your lips. Continue with this ocean sound of a breath as you breathe in and out through your nose. Do your best to create a slight constriction in the back of your throat, almost like you're partway through swallowing a sip of water. Keep breathing. As you continue in and out through your nose, lips gently touching, a slight constriction in your throat, notice if you can feel air swirling around in the back of your throat. Notice how the sound becomes more internal. And now keep your awareness gently on the sound and the sensations of your Ujjayi breath as the following blessing flows through you and the music prepares you to flow out into the world.
In the spirit of breathing and honoring our baptism, please join us in our blessing. Inhale. Do not be afraid.
Exhale. You are being sent.
Inhale. To ensnare people with good news.
Exhale. To catch people with love.
Inhale. Leave your worries, doubts, and anxieties.
Exhale. Let them go.
Inhale. You are blessed.
Exhale. You are beloved.
Inhale. Your roots are firmly planted in the water of life.
Exhale. In the stream that never runs dry.
Inhale. Shower the world with love.
Exhale. And watch as the beloved garden blossoms.
Go in peace.
And walk wet always.